Happy Halloween, sports fans. I appreciate you tuning in on this beautiful Halloween night to catch up on all your Warwick County sports news. As always, I'm Andrew Mackey, the wonderful host of Sports Central. Before we get to the sports action, I was going to give out some delicious Durst soda to all the trick-or-treaters tonight, but it looks like I have a little bit of a habit and I drank it all. So we're going to just stick to regular candy tonight, and you'll just have to go buy some Durst soda on your own. But in the sports news, there's only one fall sports team still alive, and that is the Castle Knights football team. The undefeated Knights won again on Friday, obviously. In the sectional semifinals, they beat Bedford North Lawrence 49-14. It really wasn't even as close as that final score says. Castle got up 42-0 at halftime. Just really dominated the Stars, which was a big win for them because Bedford knocked them out in the sectional championship last year. It was a pretty big upset, and it was tough to swallow for those Castle kids. So they got their revenge, I'll say, 42-0 at half, 49-14 final. The Knights were led by Mitch Gillis, their quarterback, threw 2 touchdown passes and ran in 2 touchdowns. Early in the second quarter, Gillis threw a 78-yard touchdown pass to Cameron Paris, which really sort of blew the game open, put them up 20-0, and it was pretty much over from there. And Castle's defense just really shut down Bedford North Lawrence. They had minus 13 rushing yards at the half, and they're a pretty big running team. So it was an impressive performance by the defense. They seemed to know what plays were coming and what Bedford was running. So it was a terrific job of scouting Bedford and good job executing. That win puts Castle back in the sectional championship game for I think the 5th straight year. As I said earlier, they lost last year to Bedford. This year the Knights play at home, and they play the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Jeffersonville is 8-3. It's a pretty good record, but actually they're 9-2. But they had to forfeit one of their earlier wins for playing an ineligible player. Jeff's pretty impressive, at least on paper. Obviously, I've not seen them play, but they average 44.4 points per game. They allow about 20, but when you score that much, it doesn't really matter. They're averaging more points than Castle, and they've got some pretty big wins over teams like Floyd Central and Bedford, who Castle beat in the sectional tournament so far this year. So it should be an exciting matchup on Friday, and kickoff's at 7 o'clock as usual. The only other football team in action last week were the Tecumseh Braves. They faced their arch nemesis, North Davies. The Cougars had knocked them off 3 times in 2 years, once in the sectional tournament last year, and once again Tecumseh could not overcome North Davies. The Cougars won 33-14 on Friday night. And it was pretty much all Colton Lingacher. I hope I said that right, probably didn't. But the North Davies junior running back carried the ball 52 times. Yes, I said 52, for 364 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Cougars only threw 1 pass. It was a 2-yard touchdown pass. And then they ran for 419 other yards. So it was a run-dominant night for North Davies. I know going into the year, Tecumseh coach Jeff Damming was concerned about his run defense, but they had performed very well throughout the year, but not so on Friday, giving up 419 yards. And also on offense, Tecumseh had pretty much done very well on the ground themselves in their last couple games, but that got shut down. They only had 14 carries and 37 yards. And without that running game, their passing attack just couldn't keep up with the Cougars, and they fell 33-14. But the Braves finished the year 6-5, their first winning record since 2008. So it was a good season for Tecumseh. They got a lot of guys back, a lot of their skill guys back for next year. So they should continue to build on what they've put together the last couple of years. And as I said, with only one fall sports team still alive, we're going to start turning our attention slowly to the winter sports. And the first one really that's getting underway is girls basketball. Practices started last Monday, October 22nd. Teams have scrimmages coming up. Boonville is at Jasper at 5:30 on Monday. Castle is home against Gibson Southern at 6 on Monday. As I said, they're just scrimmages, not real games, but it's a good chance to check out what the girls teams have to offer this year. And then the regular season begins starting next Saturday. Tecumseh's at Wrights at 10:30. Castle plays South Central Elizabeth at home at 1:30. And the Boonville Pioneers get their season underway a couple Tuesdays from now at Central. So football, the Castle Knights are still rolling, but other than that, we're starting to slowly get into basketball, wrestling, swimming season. So things starting to change a little bit. I hope everyone enjoys their Halloween tonight. Be safe. Have a nice time trick-or-treating. And make sure you check us out next week. Thanks a lot.